Hey everybody, welcome to Mental Game Mechanics, where we talk about how you can achieve more in your life using simple mental performance strategies that optimize your mind for success. Now, today I want to talk about something that I did a video the other day about our passions and why they're important and kind of what you need to be careful about with them. And one of the kind of things that I want to connect with that same topic is how do we actually find our passions? How do we know what we want to do, or what we want to figure out or be? And I kind of want to flip that on its side and talk about why the fact that you need to stop trying to find your passions and do what I'm going to tell you in this video instead. You see, people are typically going out and trying to find your passion. Find your passion, dude. Find what you love and just do it. And you gotta find it, and you gotta. It's this quest. It's like this search of things that you gotta figure out, and it's this calling that you're gonna just up and achieve, and you're gonna go, oh, that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's the one right there. And it's like it's not that. It's just not that simple, guys. It doesn't just fall in your lap and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I want. It just doesn't work like that. You see, growing up, my dad was big into the shooting sports. He started shooting pistol competition and rifles, and he was with a bunch of guys on the police range, and he had been shooting for a long time, since the 80s. And so I was born in 1990, and I started shooting around 98, when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And then between that time and about the time that I was 12, my dad often took me with him to wherever he was going shooting. And so I got to hang out with him and travel and see some of that stuff that he was doing. And I always wanted to shoot, but he never really let me. I always wanted to participate, and I just wasn't good enough, wasn't old enough. He had his own reasons and stuff like that, which is fine. I'm a 10-year-old kid. What do you expect? But I really wanted to get, I wanted to try it out. And I was excited, and it got to the point where he finally was like, all right, let's have him shoot this one, right? And I had been shooting just enough to kind of start figuring out how to do it, and what to do, and I'd been practicing just a little bit. And for me, it was fun, but I wasn't like excited about it. It was kind of like it was just a thing that I went and did with my dad, right? That's really all it was for me. And finally we went to this one tournament, and I was really excited. I was like, man, I get to shoot in a tournament just like dad, and I'm just this little kid trying to shoot well, and impress people around me and myself, and all that good stuff. And it was a 2-day shoot, Saturday, Sunday, and my first competition scores that I ever recorded. Now, in terms of shooting sports, and I shoot sporting clays, and the way that that's scored is basically you hit or miss the target, right? So if you hit 2, you get 2 X's on your scorecard. If you hit 1, you get an X and a 0, right? So hit and miss. And basically, I shot 28 out of 100 the first day, and 32 out of 100 the second day. So me as a kid, I'm sitting there going, but all these guys are shooting, 80 and 90 and 70 out of 100, and here I am shooting 20. And I'm like, I was just so kind of discouraged. I was just like, really, like, man, this shooting game, this is dumb. Why am I doing this, right? It was just really, really, really discouraging. But at the same time, I was also so excited because I finally got to shoot my first tournament, and I finally got to be involved with the process. I wasn't just kind of a spectator at that point, and I was really excited about that. Now, one thing that that kind of takes me back to the story, and the reason I bring this story up is during that time, I wasn't overly passionate about shooting. I was just excited to be there and not have to sit on the golf cart all day and watch other people shoot. I actually got to participate, and I got to shoot, and got to have fun and do all that stuff instead of just sitting around and watching, right? And it wasn't until about 2 years in that I finally was like, this is what I love. This is what I'm good at. I absolutely love this. Because at that first tournament that I shot, I was super excited, right? And I was also super disappointed because I sucked, first of all. But second of all, I knew that there was potential for me to grow and do something there. And so I continued to train and continued to practice and continued to get better, and continued to go with my dad, right? It was something that him and I could bond over. And, at first that's just, I just kind of went with him because he told me to, right? And eventually it turned into, hey, Dad, when are we going to go shooting? Hey, Dad, let's go shooting. I got really excited about it, and it really became kind of my sport. And I got known as the kid who shoots, the shotgun shooter kid, And, the thing is it wasn't always easy. Especially in a competitive environment, you're going with hopes of winning, and you're going with, you want to accomplish all this stuff, and sometimes you just fail and you fall flat on your face, and sometimes you win, and that's what was exciting about it for me. And the whole process of this, I learned that passion is not something that you just find. Passion is something that you build. Passion is something that you cultivate. Passion is something that, I love doing that because I've been doing it for a while. And, yeah, it's not necessarily a calling, but it's something that you choose to do. It's something that you're actively saying, I want to do this, right? If it wasn't something that we chose to do, let me back up there. Passions don't just land in our laps and that's what we're going to do for the rest of our lives or whatever, right? It's something that we decide that I'm going to do this. It's a conscious, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. And then eventually you like it, right? And then eventually you like it enough that you just love it. And then eventually you love it enough that it's now your passion, right? And it's built sequentially, kind of like that. It's not something that you go, oh, that's my passion. You have to build it. You have to cultivate it. You have to practice it. And, it's like I said, I wasn't good. I wasn't always the best. I sucked a lot of times. I was lazy. I didn't practice as much as I should have. I made dumb decisions as a kid, right? There's all these things that got in my way of doing that, but I loved it enough that it kept me coming back. And the only reason I loved it was because I liked it at first. I was excited about it at first, then I liked it, then I loved it, and then it became my passion. Okay? And that's kind of the progression of finding your passion, is going out and trying different things that you can be excited about, that you can eventually like, that you can eventually love, that can eventually become your passion. And, eventually for me, I ended up making an All-American team 9 years in a row. I was on was one of the top 10 junior shooters in the country, and I was on the USA shooting team for a couple years as well. So I was able to go out and accomplish a lot once it really kind of became my passion. It wasn't until I was passionate about it that I really started to excel in the sport. And I've never won any big world or national championships. I've made some podium appearances there, but I've never been the world champion. But what I can say is that shooting is my passion because I built it over 9-10 years of shooting. And and I continue to shoot today. I love it. It's my passion. It's something that I love to do because it pushes me mentally, pushes me physically, pushes me in all these different ways. But it's something that, like I said, it's a passion that I've built. It's not a passion that just came to me. And so I hope that you can kind of, in your own life, right, whatever you're doing, you need to have passion, but don't think of it as, oh, it's just going to land in my lap and I'm just going to know what I love all of a sudden. No, it's something that you build. You get excited about it, then you like it, then you love it, and then it might become your passion. Okay? And so I hope that helps you frame your mind around, searching for or finding your passion is simply just get excited about something and try it. And then try it again, and then try it again. And eventually, if it's something that's intended or meant to be your passion, it'll become that. But it doesn't just happen instantly. It has to be built. So I leave you with that, and I hope you have an incredible day. I will chat with you on the next one. If you need anything at all, please reach out to me, and I'd be excited and would love to talk to you. Have a good day. We'll talk soon. Bye.